It's a costume we never meant to put on. It's a billboard we never meant to put up. It's hate. And 1,000 years later, we can't shake the image. Mostly because we don't even realize it's there. It's a statement. And right now, people are lined up underneath it. They're getting their picture made in front of it. Or maybe I should say, in front of her. She's not the church. She's synagoga, the Jewish synagogue. When Notre Dame was built 1,000 years ago, it was the biggest thing around. You could see it from 20 miles away. The cathedral was the face of the church. To the people of Paris, it was a giant billboard of Christianity, and its advertising methods were brutal. Instead of simply exalting Jesus Christ, it chose to jab at the Jews, too. The statue of Synagoga sits opposite the statue Iglesia, who represents the church. Iglesia shows a stately Christian church, head-crowned, powerful staff firmly in hand. But Synagoga has a snake wrapped around her eyes. The church wanted to let people know she was damaged goods, blinded by evil. Her staff is broken, and her tablets are broken. It's a message the Jews have never forgotten.
Between Judaism and Christianity, there is always a kind of tension. We are alone. Jewish people are very, very, very isolated. It's a kind of isolation, but it's like, why after so long people doesn't love Jewish people? And if somebody says, I love you or we love you, always have an opinion behind.
We as Christians never meant to keep enforcing this message. We likely didn't even know we were doing it. At best, Christians see Jews as God's chosen people. At worst, the sentiment is much more sinister.
I don't know how it is in the States, but in Europe, they believe that the Jews killed Jesus.
Danielle said the church near where she grew up used to pray every week for those Jews, the ones who had killed Jesus.
In their brain, Jews were people who killed God.
And to Jews, sometimes it seems Christians are the ones who have killed them. At the very least, most Christians were silent at the time the Jews needed them most, when 6 million Jews were brutally murdered during the Holocaust. It was recent. It's a fresh memory. It's why some families still don't let their kids wear striped pajamas because of grandma or grandpa, mom or dad. It's why many have trouble trusting.
I had Protestant friends, and they spoke to me about Jesus, and Jesus as a peacemaker, Jesus as a love maker. But a few days or weeks, I don't remember exactly after, I saw the pictures from Auschwitz. And I said, well, is that a love maker? What kind of love is that? When there are so many Jews who were killed. No, I can't believe it. I don't want that Jesus. That's not love. That's hate.
Hate. It's a costume we don't want to wear, but because of history, sometimes we still do. But John Simmons is one person trying to shake off that costume by doing something simple. He brings his friends with him to take care of Jewish cemeteries. They work on walls, pull weeds, and clean headstones.
We just want to show love, to see the Jews and the Christians reconciled. We're pulling the weeds of injustice of the things that happened in the past so the land can be renewed and restored and relationships can be reconciled.
It's easy to say we didn't know anything about it, that we weren't there during the Holocaust, that we didn't carve the statue on the front of Notre Dame. But our ignorance doesn't excuse it. In fact, it has the opposite effect. It shows we might just let it happen again.